The readings of today, the three readings of today centers on generosity and charity. And as such, permit me to just draw three lessons from the readings of today. Lesson number one: God deserves the best of sacrifices ever. God deserves the best of sacrifices. Now, dear friends, if you paid attention to the readings of today, we are presented with three protagonists who gave their all because they believe and they knew and they know that God deserves the best. In the first reading of today, dear friends, we are presented with the widow at Zarephath. This widow gave her all she had to live on. She and her son, when the prophet Elijah met her and demanded for water, first of all, the prophet wanted water. And as the lady made move to go bring the water, he demanded again for food. And the lady turned back and said to the man of God, all I have is just what me and my son will eat and die. Now this was a period where there was famine in the land of Israel. For 3 good years, there has been no rain. And who was the person who caused this no rain? It was the prophet Elijah. He was the one who had caused this. And why? Because when the King Ahab, ascended the throne, he, instead of him to allow the people to know God more, he now led the people to worshiping the gods of his wife, the Baal. For this reason, God became angry, and through the prophet Elijah, there was a curse on the land, and for 3 good years, there was no rain in the land of Israel. Now, when the king was after the prophet, he ran away to Zarephath. God told him to go to Zarephath. Now, on reaching the gate of Zarephath, he saw a widow. This widow was gathering firewood to make food for her son and herself to eat and die. And now the prophet demanded for water. When he demanded for water, the lady made as if to go bring water. He demanded for another thing again. Please, bring food, make food for me. And the lady turned back and said to him, sir, all I have is what me and my son will eat and die. But the man of God insisted, as long as the God of Israel lives, just prepare for me first. And the lady obliged him. And she did what? She prepared the meal for herself, for the man of God, and for her son. That was her all she had to live on. She sacrificed that. Now, in the second reading of today, dear friends, taken from the letter to Hebrew, we see when Jesus sacrificed himself, he gave his all to God. He sacrificed himself. He gave his all to God. Now, if you paid attention very well, the author was trying to distinguish between the old priesthood and the new priesthood in the person of Jesus. And the new priesthood was the one who sacrificed himself. The old priesthood that depended on bulls, on goats, and the blood of heifers and animals. His was the better one because he sacrificed himself. He was the altar, he was the priest, and he was the lamb of sacrifice. Because he knew that God deserved the best.